So today, we're going to go ahead and do a video on reading comments. Part 2. Who would have knew? But we're going to go ahead and do another one considering that I am a complete bot when it comes to reading comment sections because I just upload videos and just go from there. And I did say in one previous video that I was going to read the comments after. And I completely forgot afterwards. And it's funny because in the description of that video, I said Dev probably forgot to read the comments. So, with that being said, this first comment is coming from the Legendary Plouf. I'm sorry if I got your name wrong, my boy, but this is... I love this guy. Go ahead and give this guy a sub. 2024 is looking good so far. Oh, yeah. 2024. Yes. 2024 is going to be a good year for Dokkan. Okay, next comment. I'm sorry, I do not know how to say her name, but he says, personally, and this is from the video with the difficulty problem, personally I also found Red Zone just not fun since it power crept on release, like 90% of the units in your box, very true, besides maybe a handful of quote-unquote new units, which are usable, in parentheses, not extremely good, but wouldn't get you killed most of the time. Examples, Tech Hill Khalifa, Tech Gogeta, and physical Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3 Goku, which made some of my favorite units like Super Vegeta and of course the physical Super Saiyan 2 into Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who on global was relatively new, just unrunnable. I also find extremely dumb how the Dokkan community began rating units. Example, many say Android 21 is a bad unit because she isn't good for Fusion Zamasu. Of course, like the truth says, Fusion Zamasu brain rot, and I completely agree. Just because we have the new toughest fight in the game do so much damage on AoE normals, people believe that all units should tank AoE normals. Now, granted, we do have other fights in the game, to put that out there. And the second hardest fight in the game, or possibly the hardest fight in the game, considering on who you're talking to, well, depends on who you're talking to, not considering on who you're talking to, but depending on who you're talking to, people would say that Omega could be the toughest fight in the game because Omega's first phase, he cancels dodge. I mean, of course, he goes into the STR phase also, and he raises attack post-super, but Omega also has AoE normals. So the thing is that Fusion Zamasu thing is that's like a cornerstone judge part of like the community, if that makes sense. People love to judge everything off of the Fusion Zamasu fight, which the thing is that Fusion Zamasu is not the only fight in the game. So like the truth said, that Fusion Zamasu brain rot, which I completely agree, and I recently got into talking about this in some other Discord servers with some people that play the game. I do agree with the Fusion Zamasu brain rot 110%. And she, just because she's not working relatively well inside Fusion Zamasu, she can work very, very well across the entire game. Really, it's like she could get caught considering AoE normals, and she of course is a dodge unit, I believe. I haven't used 21 in a little bit, but I'm pretty sure she's a dodge unit. But yeah, people saying that she's not good in Fusion Zamasu, that is the Fusion Zamasu brain rot, pretty much. That's the truth's term, by the way, if you guys are wondering. So, with that being said, but she is a good option for other fights like Sin/Omega Shenron. Of course, she completely does very well in there. It's like a similar, well, semi-similar situation to back then with the LGE longer, of course, in parentheses, Sin/Omega and SPR, that being Fusion Zamasu. Yeah, it's true. Fusion Zamasu is a shorter fight. So it's like Battle Road on steroids. And then LGE being Sin/Omega. Sin/Omega's fight goes on for quite a bit. Shorter fights, but the community says if she sucks in Fusion Zamasu, she is terrible, which is not completely true. If that were the case, why isn't Carnival Goku hated because he gets obliterated in Fusion Zamasu, or in general the blue fusions kind of suck? I'm completely sorry for my reader right now. It's kind of ass right now. Blue fusions kind of suck in both fights since the AoEs, but they are still universally loved. True. Parentheses, I'm not saying they're bad. I love using them, but they're absolutely OP. They just don't work in Fusion Zamasu or Omega. That's true. That's true, but they're so good. And as for as for Android 21, she's absolutely amazing for that Sin/Omega Shenron fight. Of course, the physical Sin Shenron fight / the Omega fight. Yeah, certainly. I completely agree with this. I definitely agree with this. This is hitting the mark head on. Thank you for your comment, by the way. I'm sorry to like say that I don't know how to say your name, but I really don't. It's like Snappy right there. Thank you, Snappy. Anyways, Victor. What do we have here? So new Easy Ace Tech Super Saiyan Broly. So he's talking about Tech Broly. So 190% attack and defense at the start of turn, and 120% attack and defense when super attacking, and 60% attack and defense if it's an 18 key super, and launches an additional super attack when facing 2 or less enemies. And he stacks attack on his 12 key and gains 100% defense. He also, what is he? No, he doesn't stack attack. No, he gains 30% attack for one turn and gets 100% defense with it for that one turn. And on his 18 key, that's 50% attack defense one turn. Yeah. Broly. Tech Broly, bro. We're going to be giving out hearts like cookies. Was I giving out hearts like hotcakes last reading comments video? I don't know. We're going to be doing it this video just to prove that I read your comment. Anyways, next comment's coming from Tato, if I said your name wrong, I'm sorry. This is from the 2017 free-to-play Goku card. It'd be cool if they turned him into an LR and then an Easy A LR. That way he'll have every type of awakening. That's an interesting idea. That is a very interesting idea, and I would not mind that at all. Okay, so this is for the Easy A video, 450. I remember Goku being the better lead because Super Saiyan 3 being busted at the time, and just adding Z Gogetas to the team mostly synergized due to Over in a Flash being strong then. Parentheses, and it was before the link level update, so slot 2 would get up to 6 key and auto super. That is true. That is true. I do remember that. Now, man, is that true? Nah, Super Saiyan 3. Okay, we're gonna give you a heart for that. We're not gonna think too deeply on it. Damn, we got a lot of comments from Gamer Shrimp. Gamer Shrimp, I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep moving down. I don't want to read the same person's comments multiple times in a row. I want to give other people a chance. So Sam, let's not forget these guys could, in theory, double super, meaning they could have 60% support for 2 turns. That is true. That is true. The AGL Pan. That is true. Yo, shout out my dog Jose. I'm your biggest fan. Notice me, senpai. Okay. All right. Next one's coming in from Pazzi, and Pazzi says, "I've heard this shit is easy if you have items. Why are people complaining about difficulty? I've seen hundreds of comments and all state how bored they are with the game, how everything is completed. I try not to use items, but if I'm forced to, I will. I have to go back and beat those red zone stages. Well, red zones, it's same thing. Red zone stages, red zones, without items." There's more to the comment. "This shit is a cakewalk with items. What are people complaining about?" Now, I'm not gonna lie. Why are people complaining about difficulty? I've seen hundreds of comments and all state how bored they are with the game, how everything is completed. I'm not gonna lie, that is a alternative. Or you could just go play Legends. Legends has comments like not comments, excuse me. Legends have what's the word? Content. I said comments instead of content. Legends has content out the ass. And if you don't want to play Legends, you can simply just do this. This is a good idea. Certainly a good idea. Just do it without items. I have much more to say about this comment. LR Awakening maybe for the Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku. I mean, that would be a cool idea. This is for the next Easy A's. I can't wait for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta Easy A, the 6 years of Buhan, Vegito, and Tech Gohan. Oh yeah, for sure. 6-year LRs coming up on their Easy A's with Andy. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people talk about this too. LRUI Goku. I feel like both of their Easy A's are going to be pretty good. They're going to be pretty good. I feel like Vegeta's going to be pretty damn good. Hopefully they start Vegeta with all his damn destruction. That's the one thing I'm looking for him. UI Goku, I mean, what are they doing with UI Goku? They're giving him more stats? He already has a powerful ability, that being a 70% chance to dodge. Pretty much. Anyways, please believe in God and repent. Well, in parentheses, a change of mind of sin. Of course, we love God around here. We love God over at on BH Devin's channel. Of course. I mean, come on, guys. I already showed the piece I have around my neck. last video. So I have a lot of comments from the difficulty, the difficulty problem. Okay, my only issue with red zone is the limited attempts. Oh yeah, for sure. I don't like this at all. I completely agree with that, especially since we also cannot select our rotations before the actual fight. Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, I don't think we should ever have this. I don't know. I think as a gacha game, you got to keep the luck factor. That's just me though. It's annoying to hop into red zone, Fusion Zamasa, and immediately know that the run is over because I got the leader unit and friend unit in the first rotation for the past 2 attempts. Definitely true. That is bad luck, but I could see the annoyance because it's happened to me before. And I have one more attempt, but that's annoying for sure. I think it should be unlimited attempts. I completely agree. The game literally just tells you no, you lose. You know how I feel when I see this, no, you lose? When I see the words no, you lose, it's on a boss who locks your rotation. And you know what boss pissed me off? When he would constantly lock my rotations, and it was around the times where I was doing the runs to complete the missions was for that Cell Max event. Like, now granted, you do get deep into the fight and you used all your sensu beans, and then Cell Max locks the unit in the first slot that you don't want to be locked, and you're just like, no, you lose. No, you just lose, just like that. I agree, it's stupid. Now, if unlimited attempts like the Cell Max event, although like the Cell Max event, I hate that locking rotation shit. It's like, you got sensu beans. I still think that the Cell Max event is one of the worst designed events in my opinion, but you got sensu beans to. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. Cell Max event, it wouldn't be as bad because I can just spam attempts until I get a decent first rotation. I really hate the limited attempts thing. I completely agree. Or whatever the case might be. Limited attempts just add another unnecessary layer of difficulty. I would say annoyance more so than difficulty, but I definitely agree. I 100% agree. But I don't agree with this being able to select a rotation. Like, we cannot select the rotations before the fight. Dokkan would not ever let us do this. Unless I'm wrong and they do this in like 2026 or 2025 next year. But yeah, I completely agree. Okay, anyways. So Adam says, the biggest problem is that the content requires little strategy. The bosses basically just boil down to survive their attacks and do damage, pretty much. Some bosses have gimmicks like AoE, locking, cancel dodge, double supering, but those don't really add anything to the fights. Other than making surviving harder, in worst cases are in an insta loss or insta lose. It's loss, right? Before you can even do anything. Little strategy. I never thought of it that way. Like, we take Red Zone Zamasu, for example. Little strategy. You have to get out of the int phase as fast as possible. You want to get out of that phase as fast as possible. You have to also have units that can tank those AoE normals to a decent amount. I agree. I can't even lie. It's like I can't counteract these points. I completely agree. Yeah, just survive their attacks and do damage. That's just what Dokkan is though. Pretty much. Although I do think that Super Bad Road had the most creative meta. In my opinion. In my complete opinion. For damn sure. But I definitely agree. For sure. Red Zone perpetuates power creep in my eyes. Certain units that come out, unless they are made a certain way, can't go into it, which is why I've gotten bored of Red Zone and just wait for new EZAs now. I can't even hate these points, guys. It's like, the past 3 comments I've just read, I can't hate these points. Outside the, especially since we can't like select our rotations, of course. Because I don't think that would ever happen. I agree with all 3 of these. I can't hate it. It's like, I don't hate Red Zone. I don't hate it at all. But I think we need like, and I've said this before, I think we need a meta shakeup. We need something like fresh. We need something completely fresh. And I feel like the 9th anniversary is going to bring that. Anyways, all I got to say, if you have trouble, if you having trouble, that's what it says, right? All I gotta say is if you're having trouble in the red zone for 2024 and you've played at least since the 6th year, it's a skill issue. But what about the people that just are on and off of the game and only come back for anniversaries? Even then, they'll be able to do it through the 8th anniversary units. Of course, of course. All right, leave you a like. So this guy is definitely the weirdest unit in Dokkan Battle. He started as a R Goku, then he died and became an Angel Goku, then he became a SSJ Goku, and after he awakened to Angel Goku, bro died twice in his Dokkan Awakening. And he also changes typings, yeah. He said, Game and Shrimp, I can't read 2 comments, but I can't. You know, you get one more. You get one more. Because I fuck with Game and Shrimp. Nah, not the Persona music with Angel Goku. Oh, man. We love Persona around it. We love Persona. Always loved this card just because I thought his art was cool. For certainly. Shout out to Tabs, by the way. Skill issue. Yes, for sure. Finally, his EZA is here. I have him at 69% at max SA level. I'm ready when his EZA is out on global. You know what's funny? I literally have the exact same Goku as this guy at 2 dupes on JP, but he's full crit. And listen, there's a reason why he's full crit. Because I was trying to do that no item punching bag event. That shit was, oh my god, the missions were so annoying, bro. Okay, what time we're at? Damn, we're at 16 minutes. I rarely ever check the time in my videos unless we're nearing the end, but let's continue on and read a couple more comments and I'll go ahead and close out the video. Anyways, we need more fights like Omega. Is Omega a better designed fight than Zamasu? Because Zamasu's just blitz his first phase and put a unit in front of his super attack that can survive in the second phase. Is Omega a better designed fight? Can Omega be debuffed in his first phase? I don't remember. I'm pretty sure he could. I'm pretty certain Omega could be debuffed in his first phase, but he cancels dodge. Omega might be a better designed boss than Zamasu is. But is it fair to say that he's a better designed boss than Zamasu is because his fight is longer? Possibly not. That's what I was thinking at first, but I could be wrong. Is he a better designed fight? I'm not gonna have any sort of bias towards the future Zamasu fight. Although I did just agree with a couple of these points that these guys are saying about the red zone, and it does coincide with talking about red zone Zamasu because he is essentially top 2 or top 1 toughest fight in the game. Let's just keep reading. Anyways. Got a lot of comments from this difficulty problem video. I expect it though. My main problems with red zone is that you can only do them 5 times a day. That goes back to the issue where you have a limited amount of attempts, and also doing the challenges where they have you using categories that are like really scarce in terms of good units, let alone a mono category team of them. Especially when it comes to events like the metal cooler one that wants you to use the free-to-play metal coolers, which basically requires you have the LR physical metal cooler to have a chance at beat, or chance to beat. Really? That's like the metal cooler one. Oh, I know what he's talking about. He's talking about the Pride of the Bloodline, the little event from the 2020. What was that? The 2022 Worldwide Now celebration. Certainly. I agree with the attempts thing, but yeah. That was a little annoying though, yeah. Just to have like them make you use category teams that are pretty scarce. Yeah, I agree. I certainly do. But yeah, that attempts thing is so stupid. And yeah, some of those challenges that they do for those teams that have nothing, like no category, like anybody that's on that category, it's stupid for sure. I remember when LGE was hard as fuck. I remember too. I remember playing LGE when it first dropped. Bro, let me map it out for you guys. So I was still in high school when LGE had dropped. And I think I was sitting across from my friend Kevin. And I think I had my guy Elijah. Shout out to Elijah. I was across from my guy Kevin and Elijah, and LGE first dropped. I was in woodshop. And I took like I think I took. It wasn't my strongest team. No, I used a whack ass team. I used a bad team against the Legendary Goku event, and bro, I got to the second phase, and I got destroyed. Bro, LGE, that shit was hard on release. That was a hard ass event on release, and I'm not even gonna front. I think LGE on release was harder than Extreme Super Battle Road on release. That's my hot take. That is my hot take. Because the thing is, with Extreme Super Battle Road on release, I was watching the Truth's like little VOD for his like for him beating every single one of the Extreme Super Battle Road stage. And granted, he has every unit rainbowed. But to see the amount of units that were able to stun / seal for every typing, it definitely looked a bit more bearable than LGE on release. LGE, like, how many stackers did you have? Transforming Goku? Do you know what? Guys, pre-EZA transforming Goku in LGE. I mean, technically you had transforming... Did you have... When did transforming Vegeta come out? It was 2019, right? He was Saiyan Day of 2019. Yeah, he was. He comes out before LGE. Bro. Right? Doesn't he? I'm not going to check right now. Just correct me if I'm wrong. But let's continue on. EZA is actually good. Oh, yeah, for sure. There goes another... Damn. So this is coming from DBZ, and DBZ says, I think a good solution to lack of longer content is to do a yearly buff to LGE event. I agree. Why not give us another long event? Let's just run rampant with all these units like a stack, and stack. Why not? Like, especially units like a stack attack. We love that. We definitely love that. A LGE event to scale to modern difficulty. Ooh. Keep the original version and just add a new difficulty that buffs every year. Certainly interesting. Or we can just get a burst mode. We get a burst mode for LGE. That would be super interesting. The only problem is that it'd be temporary. Anyways, this is why I use any item I can know. He says I can no BS. Yeah. I use items too. I can't even hate for that. Like anything, like any hate for items, and I've heard that people hate on like runs. I don't know. This came from Twitter. I saw someone talking about on some post on my timeline that if you use items, you don't really know how to play the game. And I'm just like, what? What? Okay. I'm gonna read. Let's see. I'm going to read 4 more comments, and I'm going to go ahead and close out the video. So we have one coming from my dog, Isaiah. Listen, I recognize my friends' channels. Shout out my dog, Isaiah. So I feel like this EZA might be the one for me. Do keep in mind, and I do play Legends now. Guys, he is a Legends player. He's a Legends player. I play Legends now too, though. Listen, I'm playing it too. I'm dibbling and dabbling with it. I'm trying to learn the game, but you, my friend, you are lucky. You were lucky I'm starting Legends. I would have bashed you for playing Legends. I'm fucking with you guys. Anyways, so Kerbo, and I'm gonna read Dark, so I'm gonna close it out. And I'll read reviews. Why not? Okay, let's see. The traduction? Did I read that word wrong? I don't think I've ever read that word before. The traduction. I think you meant translation. Yeah, the translation is flawed, I think. The damnjuction only wears... Oh, well, I've already seen this. Yeah, I've seen this. Yeah, I've saw the actual correct translation, so thank you, Kerbo. I really appreciate you. And he's still gonna be trash. He's not trash. He's good. You get a comment. I gotta hit you with the what? Yeah. He's good as fuck, but just don't want to get his 18 key off. You lose the damage reduction if you do. What kind of restriction is that? So stupid. I don't think it's stupid. I think it's fine because he's stacking with his 12 key. And then when you want to go ahead and let off that nuclear bomb of an 18 key super attack, he'll have all that stacked up attack. Okay. So I think that is really about it. In my opinion, that is rotation lock. Oh, rotation locking is so fucking stupid. Yeah. I had to look at that. Thank you guys for commenting. We're going to do another one of these. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching. You guys are the best. I'll catch you guys next video, and I love you all. Peace.